Hi there, it's been a while. It's me, your drunk sensei. In today's class we will be talking about redo of healer, this rentai in disguise that tries to show us that the only real difference between regular anime and rentai is if you put a vase with a plant in front of your camera in order to not show the genitals of the characters and not the fetishistic portrayal of explicit sexual acts as many have believed up until this point. Truly a revolutionary piece of media, I'd say. The real question I want to answer in this class is why are so many people okay with this kind of show? It's really interesting to see the community that lashed out at Goblin Slayer a few years back for a rape scene that was far tamer than anything Redo of Healer has to offer, would be mostly okay with this type of show. And to give you a very straightforward and short answer, it's because nobody takes this show seriously. And here's why. I wish to begin by saying that the purpose of this class is not to serve as some sort of morality police, regardless if you unironically like this show or you're just in for the memes. I'm not some sort of higher power that descended upon you all in order to tell you if it's okay to like a show or not. Sure, I might think that there is something seriously wrong with you if you unironically enjoy this show, but don't worry, I won't say it out loud. I'm here to take an objective look at the show, talk about its real value as a piece of media, and try to break down the community's reaction. Let's take the cat out of the bag first, and let me state my personal opinion of the show. Please note that this is just how I personally see it, you don't have to agree. It's bad. How bad? Very bad. Even if you take away from it all the rape and every element that may make people feel disgusted and uncomfortable, the show is nothing more than your typical subpar revenge power fantasy. The characters are badly written, they are just brain-dead kenpai stereotypes that have a single quirk to their personality, or in some cases, no personality at all. If you pay close attention to the story, you'll see that the characters act only in two ways. 1. The story deems them to act in a certain way to push the plot forward, even if that way contradicts how they were portrayed up until this point. Or 2. They do everything they can to get Kearga's It's your typical entai with a little bit of focus on what the characters do in between the sex scene, which, funnily enough, makes it even worse in my opinion. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a movie or a piece of media that was so bad that you couldn't take it seriously?
Oh, hi Mark.
Movies like The Room are the perfect example for this, since I believe the majority of you have seen it. If you didn't, I'll give you the TLDR. It's bad. And at the same time, extremely popular, boasting numerous fans, myself included, and screenings with tickets being sold all over the world. But why is a movie that is considered to be one of the worst pieces of cinematography ever made so beloved? Well, because it's so bad that it's actually good. From the terrible acting and story to the awful direction, everything about that movie is bad. In fact, the movie seems so unaware of itself that it's hard to not think that it's a parody. But it's not. At least it was not intended to be. The idea is that The Room is so outrageously bad that people fail to take it seriously and meme the shit out of it. And the same seems to happen with Redo of Healer.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her.
It's so ridiculous that people literally can't take it seriously. In the eyes of many, it's just the plot of a dentai, and people don't usually go around boasting about how bad the plot in dentai is, because they know that the intention behind it is something else. That's also the difference between Redo of Healer and Goblin Slayer. The latter gave absolutely no indication that could suggest what was going to happen. The scene that left many people speechless came out of nowhere, which made it a lot more shocking and controversial. On the other hand, redo a filler makes it quickly obvious what kind of show it is and builds up those shocking moments. You expect them to happen, so people are either not watching it, give up mid-through, or know exactly what they signed up for. This is why the majority of people that willingly choose to watch the show don't take it seriously. For most, it's just a rentai that tries to be a regular anime and they just meme around it. As for why they do this, I don't know if you noticed, but in the recent years, dentai became one of the biggest memes in the anime community, and not only. I would go as far as to say that it became one of the biggest memes on the internet, and all those memes around the show make it even harder for people to talk about it seriously. From what I've seen, there are two types of people. Those who refuse to have anything to do with the show because they consider it revoltingly bad and offensive, which is a valid point, and those who watch it either for the memes, they find the shock factor intriguing, or they just want to, you know, put the pedal to the metal. I wouldn't go so far as to say that every person that watches the show is necessarily a piece of garbage that condones rape and violence. In fact, most of the people that watch the show and I talked with seem to treat it like a guilty curiosity, or they try to spread the dentai disguise as normal anime meme that started with interspecies reviewers. Now, I'm not saying that these two shows are alike, because they are not. One takes itself seriously and tries to evoke feelings of disgust and make the viewer uncomfortable using the shock value, while the other doesn't take itself too seriously and it's just a comedy that you're not supposed to think about that much. But that doesn't mean that the two of them don't also share some similarities. They both are these borderline rentai shows that try to pass up as regular anime, and some people find this thing funny. This is why we had all that fiasco with interspecies reviewers and my animalist. It was not because the show was actually that good. No, nobody thought that. Now, let me tell you one of the biggest secrets on the internet. A secret so huge that I risk my own life just for mentioning it.
There's one in the corner.
Put your hands behind your back!
They're after me. Shit, I might really lose my life today. Listen, what I'm about to say is the biggest secret that the internet doesn't want you to find out. The interspecies reviewers anime is not as good as people make it out to be and want you to believe. It's just all a meme. Now you know the truth. Fuck, they're almost here. I guess this is the price I have to pay for being the Snowden of the anime community. No, stop, please stop, not my face, please stop, no. I want you to know that everything I previously said was a joke. Interspecies Reviewers is the best anime ever made, and no anime can even come close. I wasn't myself in that moment, and I'm truly sorry for what I said. I committed a great sin and pray to the anime gods for forgiveness. Interspecies Reviewers is actually, no cap, the best piece of media ever created. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. I hope. Thank you.